Welcome back, everybody, to Guillotines and Guitar Studio here in Harts, Vegas, South Carolina. We have a heck of a show for you tonight. We got season 1 through 25 out right now on all audio platforms, YouTube. We're on everything. They paying us. That's why we got this nice equipment that we bought with our own money.
That's right.
We rented Trey Davis.
I have yet to be paid though, but I'm still waiting on that check, buddy.
It's coming. It's in the mail.
Yeah. Hope everybody's been keeping up with us tonight. We got a great topics for you. Oh my God, I'm excited about this.
What are they?
So good. So,
Benjamin Franklin.
I almost messed up. I had to catch myself.
I know. So what's the guitar's topic?
I ain't messing with you. But that's my next band. My next band, Guitars. It's gonna be big, man.
I'm gonna change all the social media stuff to Guitars. see how long we can leave. April Fool's Day, we'll change it to Guitars.
Bam, that's problem solved. So, all right, guillotines. We are talking about guillotines. It's a good topic.
That's right.
You forgot it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. No, guillotines. We're talking about what's the most bizarrest unsolved mysteries out there.
Plural again.
That's what we're talking about for guitars.
The most bizarre unsolved
mysteries.
Murders.
I said mysteries, didn't I?
What
Yes,
murder
they
mysteries?
kind of go together.
Yeah.
You know, I need to. I got to
It is
research.
a mystery because they're unsolved. So
Well, anyway, moving along. Guitars. We're talking about 1991. Surge didn't come out in 1991.
What?
But the old style Pizza Hut was still there. You know, I love the old style Pizza Hut. 1991. Now, there's a bunch of good memories about 1991. We were still rebuilding from Hurricane Hugo.
what are you talking about?
1989.
Oh, that's 2 years later.
Yeah, that's a while back.
Anyway, 1991. We're talking about 1991. A great year.
It was a landmark year for rock albums.
I was coming in as a young lad.
A young strapping lad.
Young strapping lad, listening to all this good music in 1991. But why was it such a staple? Why did so many great albums come out in 1991 back to back from each other?
No, not why did they come out. We went through this.
When did they come? Why? No.
1991 had all these great
1991.
albums.
It was a great year for albums.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
So it's like we're just telling you why we think it was a great year.
Yeah, I'm telling you why 1991 was such a great year.
There I was.
There I was, strapping young lad. Eating M&Ms from my jaw. My nipples. Oh my God, here we go. But that's our topics for tonight. Oh man, we're gonna have to restrain ourselves because we'll go on and on about these topics. I can already tell you right now because both topics, I'm excited.
I know we went on and on just talking about the titles.
Had to get them right. I'm gonna have to find somebody else to lead in with the topics. I get so nervous, my armpits are sweaty.
I wish I knew a guy that could do that.
Have we still got the online applications out?
I feel better now since I did that. You know, that's my release thing
I'm
now.
glad. Yeah, that's
And
cool.
when my chest gets tight, I feel so much better.
Are you saying moo? Are you saying moo or new
No,
co-host?
moo. Like the kind of moo.
I thought you were saying
I feel
new
good.
co-host.
All right.
Why did do it again? It sounded weird.
Moo! That's what I do.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
And it's like a release. It's, my armpits start sweating.
So why did you do that?
Huh?
I mean, why that? Why that sound?
Because it releases all my nervousness. And it's got all the pitches in it. The moo, the moo. It's got all that stuff in there. So it releases everything. And when I say it, I'm ready to go, man. I'm what you call it, anchor man. What's his name?
You going
Ron
back to the,
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Burgundy. Ron Jeremy.
Burgundy. Ron
no,
Burgundy.
it's Jeremy. Don't. No, it
I'm
was
that
Jeremy.
too.
Don't go.
If you don't know.
It was Jeremy.
All right. Let's spin the coin.
My favorite part so far is every time he thought the camera was on him, it wasn't.
Because you control it. All right, let's spin the coin. What time we all right, Scott's going to spin the coin.
Spin the coin.
All right, let's see what we're doing. What we talking about first? Guitars. Oh, my God. Guitars. 1991. And the great albums that came from it.
There you go.
See? See, the mood
Much
helped.
better.
That sounded a lot better than Why was 1991.
I sound like Robert Stackhouse. Why was 1991 the greatest rock albums ever? And where did they go today? Where are they? They're nowhere to be found.
The world may never know.
I mean, that's the truth. They ain't a good rock album
tune in next
that
week.
came out
We will find
in
out.
a while.
Let's do some shots.
Let's do some
Let's
shots.
do some shots.
I got a new bell toy.
Oh, we doing what? What's these shots? Remember, Scott?
I was supposed to tell you before I brought them to you, but our first topic, the shots tonight, are sex on the beach. Twisted shots is what they're called. Seems to be a staple now. This is what I've got
You know,
like almost
there
every time.
should be some that's called Eddie Murphy on the beach because he became a singer for that short period of time and he had that voice.
My God.
I'ma get you on the beach.
Cheers.
That was something I remember his party all night.
Yeah.
Oh God, I feel like I got sand in my butt crack right now. Oh,
That son of a gun had some.
yes, it did, John. You tell him, John. You know it. So,
You seem to get a lot of stuff in your butt crack.
Yeah, don't worry.
I had to drag a rag through it afterwards.
I'm taking notes.
Oh God.
I'm taking notes back here.
Oh my God.
So, Scott, 1991, flashback right now. 1991.
1991.
Where are you, and what album are you listening to right now? New album. Go.
New album in 1991. It was a lot of them, but
I know you had the dinosaurs was around, so you T-Rex. You need to calm down for a minute.
And I remember Metallica, the Black Album,
Oh, the Black Album.
come out.
Ooh, boy, that was that
And
thing right
was that
there.
September or October.
Because
Somewhere.
every song on that album, you could every song on that album you could just listen to for days because it was all good.
You
Every
had-
song on there was.
You had that album. In 1991, there were so many great, iconic albums that come
You in
out.
the Ford Pinto. You cruising around Hartsville. What tape
Ford
deck?
Pinto.
What tape deck you
It was
throwing
a-
in
it
right
was a
now? You
temp-
just
it was
bought
a
it.
tempo,
Yeah.
not a Pinto.
What's music was Ray's music open back in the day?
Ray's Music was open.
Yeah.
It was. Did they hold all the new releases and stuff?
They did, and I remember, 91. I think was when it was the CDs had just started coming out.
Oh yeah.
I had a CD player in.
You had to put the tape deck in first with the cord coming out.
Yeah, I had the cassette tape that you put into the cassette player that
And
was
had
in
the
car.
wire. Had the wire
Had the
coming
wire
out.
that plugged into the CD
Velcro
player.
the system onto your dash.
Oh, well, yeah, and you had to make sure there wasn't going to be somewhere where it was going to bounce and skip. you know?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and that happened a lot. You'd go and you'd hit a button and it would skip. Damn it!
Yeah.
Kids today don't know about skipping CDs.
No, they have no.
Until they come
idea.
out with the skip. Remember the skip boost?
No?
That was the bass boost.
The bass boost, yeah. I don't remember a skip boost.
There was a
either.
skip something that Sony come out with. Not, hit a bump, won't skip. Anyway,
Did it work?
no.
No.
I don't remember that. Not saying
don't
it's not
No,
a thing, but I
that's the
don't
thing.
remember.
Look it up. You got all the technology in the world right there in front of
I
you.
got too many other buttons to be pushing right now. I don't have time for them to mess with this. Do they make a CD non-skip button?
But yeah, so you had Metallica came out, and that was their like breakthrough album. I mean, they were before '86 they had, Master of Puppets where they were starting to build and get big, and then they had Injustice for All in '88, where they were kind of getting on that big level as a big band. But then when the Black Album come out, it was just, it threw them into a whole new stratosphere. I mean, it was
a stratosphere, brother, of the Hulkamaniacs.
But I mean, I think that album ended up selling what?
You triggered me.
30-something million copies. Or
Oh my God, there ain't no telling how many millions of albums the Black Album sold.
And I think it's still
selling.
It's still selling. Still on the Billboard 200 chart.
That's the only album, and no, I don't think any album has touched the drum sounds of that album. The thundering toms to the everything about the drums on that album. I think that's what makes the album. I think the drums.
You know who produced that album?
Bob Rock.
Rock.
Yeah.
Canadian producer. Maybe I'll see him.
He is I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Bob Rock's Canadian.
And at that
News
time,
to me.
he had produced so many. He did before that. Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue.
Yeah.
And that had a thunderous drum sound on it too.
I mean, everything about the Black Album. It was like
Spit it out, Chris.
like I was on the cruise again.
Like you was on the cruise.
Oh, boy.
No, which part you talking about? He said, spit it out, Chris.
So did you have the CD player in your
He did.
what was that car you drove? It was a
Tempo.
the Tempo. Did you have the CD player at this time?
What color was that?
did.
So
Tempo?
you had the Sonic,
Black,
the drive-through.
like the Black album.
You had the skating ring. Then you had the city parking lot.
We didn't go to the skating ring much.
Yeah, no, we didn't cruise the skating ring that much.
It's just old Hardee's.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Yeah.
But you definitely popped that CD. The Hardys with the cage that came down. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yo, I love that thing, man.
When I was a kid,
wanted to ride it.
When I was a kid, I remember going. I wanted to eat inside.
That was the first.
Just
just to see the thing
Just
go
drive.
across.
I had to go
Did you
sit
see
in
it inside?
that's if you let me finish. We'd sit inside because there was that back corner section. It would come up and go over your head and go into the kitchen.
Then you stop eating.
You
You
could watch it.
Yeah. So, but people don't know, like especially the younger people. They had the there was a basket outside. You didn't have to see a person face to face. You talked to them. I think it was like an intercom, right?
Yeah.
There was you talked to them, and the basket would be there. You'd put your money in the basket. The basket would go up, and then inside the building, and then they'd get the money, and they'd put the food on everything, and then they'd send it back, and a basket would come. And I remember being on the inside, and when it's coming back, it's like kind of rocking, as it's going down, but nothing ever fell out of it.
Yeah,
And then we go back outside, and you get your
You'd
food.
be sitting there looking, you like, is my drink gonna fall over? I mean, it'd be
Swinging.
swinging.
Swinging. But that
It
was
was
a cool
memorizing, man. It was memorizing.
That was the
mesmerizing.
Mesmerizing.
Memorize.
But you know what? It was memorizing too.
It was.
It was a cool thing that you just. I've never seen anyone. Any other one
that
like
was the very first in Hartsville, I think.
Yeah, it was right in front of Belt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before Belt was even there.
Roses.
No, Belk was there.
Belt was not there.
That whole mall was there. And
I'm
Roses.
telling you.
Belt was there before Hardee's
Yeah,
got torn down.
yeah. That whole building was
I thought Belt got added on after Hardee's.
no, because we would call it. You'd either call it circling Hardee's or circling the Belk parking lot.
Yeah. You're mesmerizing something different.
But that was a good memory right there, 1991.
That was a good memory.
So, also, what other CDs in 1991 you had in your repertoire at the time? 1991, you cruising
He'll
Hartsville.
name all of them if you let him know. I mean, we won't have nothing left to talk about.
We got a little. He's got 3 more minutes. Let's go. What else you had?
Well,
That was it.
Spit it out, Scott.
Of course, the Guns N' Roses album.
Illusion.
Use Your Illusion
yeah,
is 1 and 2.
Yep.
Use Your Illusion. That's right.
Great albums.
And I think when those albums came out, they
was like together.
number 2 was
Who
number
dominated.
1 on the Billboard, and number 1 was number 2.
I feel like I'm there.
back to back. You know?
Feel like I'm in the back seat and you got that thing cranked up, peaking. It ain't even the bass is just bottoming out. You just got it cranked.
Not in the tempo.
Then y'all go back to y'all house to your stage and be like, let's play this song right here.
Yep.
I think we learned every song. I believe we learned it from the album. You know,
From one all the way
to the
26.
last one. I think.
So, Carol, I know your dad didn't buy you a car. You got a bicycle and a set of headphones. So, at that time in 1991,
A Walkman.
a Walkman. What was you listening to in 1991?
Well, when it comes to music, all years are not created equal. So 1991 stood out.
I like that's deep.
Yeah,
that's some
1991
Shakespeare stuff.
Stood out. And I listened to a lot of stuff that Scott and Ryan listened to because most time I was in the back of the tempo or either in the front passenger seat while Scott was driving with no license. But that's the way we started anyway.
That's the way y'all rolled, huh?
We did. We took many trips to school and Florence and anywhere else we wanted to go.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Rebellious.
we were the lucky ones back then. But you know, like Pearl Jam's 10 came out. Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, but
Go ahead.
But you know, mainly I was listening to Guns N' Roses and Metallica and stuff. I just wanted to use Nirvana to take your answer, but
You did that.
but I did listen to those. But mainly it was like Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and you know, just jamming.
Was there
on
a
everything.
favorite that you at that time you like? Man, I just can't get away from this song. What was it?
I like Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Smells
It
Like
was
Teen
good,
Spirit.
but probably my
It was a different style of music too coming out. You know, grunge was starting to hit its
Sure.
it was
running,
It
you know.
was different, but it
Yeah. Well, and the look was different too. You know, you were going from these bands who were. It was all about the image.
Yeah, and then you
Well, I
got
mean,
this
it was about
polo
music
shirt,
too,
you know,
but it-
regular polo shirt with the crazy hair,
And then
going from
the
sugar,
regular
sugar
Stratter,
rock to
you know, caster
pop,
guitar, just
to grunge.
and no solos in the song, you know, and bar chords everywhere.
Yeah, I think I can remember. Who was it? It was one of the '80s bands. It might have been Mike Trent from White Line, who was talking about when like grunge hit. He was talking about, you know, everything was going good with our music industry at the time. You know, we were on top of the world. And he said, then Nirvana come out, and you had Kurt Cobain wearing his grandpa's sweater. He said he had his grandpa's sweater on it.
Is that serious?
Yeah.
Just started.
Oh wow,
dominating.
I didn't know. That's
think-
cool.
Well, you were
think
going
that
from-
was- I think that was I think that was Mike Trent from White Line who said that.
When
Well,
you
you-
said, "Are you serious?" Did you say, "Are you serious?" That Kurt Cobain was wearing his grandpa's
Yeah.
sweater? No,
Yeah.
I think just a guy. Said
No,
that.
he was
Yeah.
he was joking.
Oh,
But, you know,
that'd have been a cool fact.
It was a meme.
yeah, well, he
A
was
what?
just saying it
A
because
meme?
it was,
Yeah, me.
he was bringing up the fact that how those bands from the '80s, you know, dressed up, you know, they wore leather. It was a lot about image. It was music also, but it was the image meant a lot. You know, the look.
Yeah, but
And it was
But I
like-
wondered that they weren't like trying to. They weren't say they weren't. I really believe they weren't going. We should dress like something different than what they're doing because they're doing the whole glam rock thing. For me, I actually looked at it and thought that's just how they dressed in Seattle. It's cold and rainy and
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I thought too. I mean, it was just a.
it was a depressing
yeah. So
place.
so their image was supposed to be just natural. This is who we are, and we don't give a shit about being pretty and all this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I saw it.
Well, and I did too. So I mean, I think that is what it was, and you had a lot of people take it all kind of different ways. Where it was, well, you put them, against each other, and I don't think it was that at all. I mean, you had a lot of those bands, Soundgarden, all a lot of their influences were '80s bands. I mean. So I don't think it wasn't, let's like a lot of people made it out to be. It was grunge, just overtaking glam and just pushing it out.
It was really like a Part C type era. It was like
It was. I
It
mean,
was like, okay.
how it came, but
we got this new blood coming in, but the old blood is still like the old blood is like getting stronger, like Metallica. You know, they done had, you know, Master Puppets album and all that stuff come out before. Then the Black album came. People's like, okay, they still coming, you know. But you had Nirvana come out. Well, oh shit, I like this. You know, this is all right too.
yeah, well, it's like anything. Also, you know, when something new comes out, it's new. It's exciting.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
when you hear it for the first time, it's like
It's
this
refreshing.
Is something, yeah, this is something different than I've heard, and you know, all these other bands were still putting out almost basically about the same stuff. It's like, you know, this is getting old now. You know, it's been around for 10 years. This stuff coming out from Nirvana and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains, you know, it's new, it's different, and I think that's, you know, it's like anything. It's you know, things change.
It evolves.
Yeah. Time for something new. You know.
Yeah. It's like
good
the
stuff,
days,
man. Good stuff.
like you go back to 1955 when Elvis Presley or Chuck Berry or Jerry Lee Lewis or whoever. I mean, you think about the way rock
Ernest
music
Hemingway.
was.
When he-
Don't start that crap
Hey,
again.
he was-
Don't start that crap
He was
again.
a shredding fool.
I want
now.
to hear nothing about Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah. But I mean, you think
he
about,
was a shredder.
yeah. You think about the way music has evolved since the Hemingway days. But you know, it changes sometimes for the better.
All right, Trey. It's a Saturday night. It's about 8 o'clock, 1991. What are you doing? What are you listening to right now? What?
The music for Super Mario Kart.
You headed to the skating rink?
Yeah,
1991?
91. Yeah,
91,
probably.
is that
I'm
where you
I was
going?
there. Yeah, let's see. No, it was Use Your Illusion for me too.
Use an illusion.
Absolutely, 100%. When the first one come out,
I'm surprised you ain't said one, but go ahead.
what?
I ain't telling you. Go ahead. Usually that's yours. No, I got a new one.
Did you know that we could have the same ones? It's all right. You know, if somebody else is already named.
can
Well,
Use Your Illusion was a good one for me because I was just really getting into guitar.
You could be my eye. No, that was the other
was
one.
the
Appetite
Terminator.
of Destruction.
No,
Don't look at it.
That was Use Your Illusion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could be. Mine was on Use Your
Because
Illusion too.
Terminator come out. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't look at me when you sing that again.
Especially You Could Be Mine.
I know. Yeah, no, all right. So that's it. Use Your Illusion for me was 100%. So we talked about this one time before where Birdland used to have, Birdland Music in Hartsville used to have all their, you interrupted my ifs and ands.
My bad.
So they had the albums that you could buy, but they also had guitar magazines or guitar magazines, but they had the tablatures.
Yeah,
And
the tab books.
they had this thick book of Use Your Illusion, just the first one, and it was the tablature for the entire album. No, this wasn't 91. I'm sure it was a little bit after that, but they had this book was so thick, and it was like $40 or $50.
Ooh, that's deep.
Early
Back in the
90s.
day.
Yeah, even now
That's like
a lot.
$200 right now.
Even
a
now
lot
that's a
of money.
lot, but back then I was like, man, I really wish I could get that book, but
Jason
Well, getting
Anderson
that
probably
one.
bought all of them before you went up there.
he probably had it.
No, Jason's got all of them, but Scott probably bought them.
Yeah,
What I was getting excited about, what music store you just said? Birdman's?
Birdland.
Where was that at?
It was right beside Hoof and Hound and Madison Avenue.
There was a music store right
It
there.
was right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I was just across from the
Theater.
movie theater.
The movie theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I know they had I don't know if it was there when y'all time come out, but if you went beside Bambino's, the last building that strip mall used to have a pawn shop there, and that's all he did with
Roberts.
the music.
Yeah,
Roberts.
Robert's Pawn Shop.
And
Yeah,
I
we used to buy all kinds. Me and William both used to buy. That's where my first Les Paul, the Ibanez Les Paul, came from.
Oh,
came
wow.
from Robert. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
had all
I
kinds of
knew
stuff.
Ray's and I knew Roberts, but I didn't know this music shop was across the
Yeah. That was
Birdland, they would only let
Birdland.
only real musicians could go into Birdland.
I couldn't go in at the time.
we
yeah.
talked about that one time before, I believe. Yeah, Birdland Music was a
Sherry
good place.
Bird,
The-
Raven
Raven-
dad.
And Raven Bird was related to them too, right?
Was he? I don't
I
know.
believe he was.
I remember Sherry used to work there, but her dad was the one who started it.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, 'cause
who opened the place up.
I remember her. She was so cool. She was really really
But she
cool.
was. I remember I went there to buy the single for Primal Scream, Motley
Yeah.
Crue, when it was which was also in '91
Yeah.
because that was
That's insane.
Decade of Decadence was released, their greatest hits album, and that was like they had 2 new songs on there. They had Primal Scream and Angela and they had Anarchy in the UK.
I don't think I know the Angela song.
Oh, it's a pretty cool song.
Yeah.
But,
I have to-
yeah.
Can you sing us a line?
But well,
No, because we get flagged because it would sound just like it.
But I remember I went there to buy the single because the song would come out. They had the video out on MTV, and when it was released, of course, me and Ryan were there the day it was released. And I bought it, and Sherry was like, you want to listen to it now? I can put it on my tape deck, because you had a tape deck. But I was like, yeah, and we listened to it. I mean, me and Ryan sitting there mesmerized by it.
Yeah, I don't remember listening to
Primal
music.
Scream was, it kicks off with just the drums and the bass, and I was like, oh man, this is.
And you and your brother being a drummer and a bassist.
Yeah, we sit
You're
there
like,
listening to it. We're like, oh man, this is awesome here.
That was a perfect storm. A drummer and a bassist.
Yeah.
Perfect storm right there, buddy. I see why y'all so good.
But it was, so Birdland, I have a lot of memories.
Me
there
too.
With Birdland. But 91 definitely, there was albums that come out in 91 where, I mean, if you're from that era, and a rock fan, it was almost like there was no better time
Right.
than
Just-
that,
Yeah, just looking at this list is, I mean, you mentioned 1991, and you got.
Yeah.
I won't start naming everything because
It's crazy.
Because I saw what Chris was pulling up, but like I love "Slave to the Grind."
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about Skid Row.
That was Slave to the Grind.
I was watching "Slave to the Grind."
Sebastian
was great.
bogged up.
Promise, same way.
Yeah, Promise. You had Soundgarden. I mean, Nirvana. I mean,
Yeah, well,
Pearl Jam.
I will. So Pearl Jam's 10, but then
Chris is sweating now. He's like
Temple of the Dog.
Shit. I was hoping they was,
92.
but they're a couple of years after. I can't. Damn it. No, I got to regroup. Go ahead with your stupid 1991 story.
Go with Sinead.
You know what I was doing in 1991? Breaking in Honest's practice pad, getting the shit beat out of me by William when I got caught. That's what I was doing. Trying to learn my craft, trying to do good, and I get hated for it.
What happened?
Getting my ass kicked, man.
We used to practice above the garage, and then
No, first it was out back at the house.
at the little house outside. Yeah,
No, he said trying to
You know,
learn his craft.
somewhere in the
That's what
house,
happened.
you remember you drew the
stopped.
yin yang?
yeah.
You remember that? There's the piece of whole sheetrock is somewhere in the big house and in storage.
You still got with the yin yang that I drew on?
Yes. Yeah.
Really, like spray paint, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Anyway, that's what I was doing. I was
That needs to be back at my house since I'm the museum curator.
I'll try to get a hold of it. But
Because I've still got the awning from Razzie's from back in the day.
Chris, what you got? You've been quiet.
Hold on, I gotta get back to my daggone stuff. Shit.
I like what you've done with your hair.
Did you
What did I
cut
do
it?
with my hair?
Did you cut it?
Anyway,
Viewers want to know. Did you get a haircut?
no, I didn't get a haircut.
No.
I put it up. I put it in a.
I put mine up too, but I just haven't gotten it back out yet.
When you were eating those
Oh my god! You made me laugh on that one.
when you were eating those chicken wings there, Chris, did you clean your hands before you run it through your hair, or does it look?
If you don't stop slamming that drink down,
I did it on purpose. So, 1991.
There I was.
No, this is no BS. So I'm stealing everything from William and Jonathan, because
That
Jonathan
means
used to.
it is BS.
Jonathan got kicked out of his house, and he was going to live behind the big house. Remember that?
Yep.
That short period of time, Dad was like, okay, you pay rent, whatever. So Jonathan had every album there freaking was. I guess that was his hobby. And I'd go out, I'd get home from school and I'd crawl through, that's how I get in. I crawl through the window because the window didn't lock. And this is not 1990, I'm just giving you an example. This is not 1991, but I came across the Korn CD. And it had the pig and the little girl on the swing with the shadow
the
behind
what?
it. The pig and the little girl. The music just got me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, the pit.
So we're going off from 1991 to we're going off from what our topic was.
No, it's 1991. This is what I'm doing.
All right, tell us again.
So this is how I was in there, sitting in there, eating my corn, eating my biscuits.
All right.
Well, I didn't think that Korn album come out like 99.
Jonathan started missing CDs. Okay.
Okay.
So I went through there and I picked. This is how I picked them. I strictly went off cover albums. I came across Limp Bizkit's $3 Bill Y'all album.
The album cover.
The album cover. Came across Korn, and I came across Nirvana. That's 1991. Took them all upstairs, just started listening because I had my parents had a little bit of money, and I had a CD player before anybody else. And put in a Nirvana CD, and I listened to every song, and I immediately fell in love. Just the drum licks and the power, just like what's that song? Blooms, In Blooms.
In Bloom.
That I think that's one of the greatest songs that came out of that era.
That area.
Because I was like, oh my God, listen to them toms, because there was real distinct. And I guess, producers at this time has got to start changing their sound. They got to start bumping the kick and the toms up, and everything is coming more powerful up front.
And everything is with engineering and all, everything is becoming better.
Yeah.
Too.
They got away from the tape reels. I think in 91 they started doing the CDs. Everything became digital.
That's what he already said about the CDs coming out.
Well, CDs weren't digital, were they?
No, they were done digitally. Digital, because...
no, you're talking about actual recording.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Right? Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't know.
I'm actually not sure. I had to.
I think they did away with the reel...
The reel
in the 90s.
Yeah.
When 1990 hits, I think most big top, like Sony and, whatever, they did away with the real stuff.
Well, I'm trying to think. I think I remember on what was the Metallica video they had where it was in the studio.
The real life of Metallica.
But I mean,
that was real.
And one of the they had
the reels.
Showed the reels.
They had the reels.
So I guess they still used it back then.
Yeah, but
things were changing. It was
getting better.
As a young strapping as a strapping young lad, and I stole those CDs from his collection, and I took them up in my room, and I grew up real quick because I listened to these powerful albums. Pat and Tommy was no longer my mom and daddy. It was Kurt Cobain was my daddy. Lita Ford was my mama.
Lita Ford was my girlfriend. She didn't know it, but
no, seriously.
Oh man, I had such a crush on her when that album would.
I was so obsessed with music right then and there. I was like, oh my God, and I was breaking into band house playing their shit. I was picking up Monica's bass, Trey's guitar. I was doing everything.
So you used
what?
You used to play Trey's guitar and he didn't know.
There's no statute of limitations when it comes to my guitar.
I remember Trey bought a PV amp. It was new, And I remember it's like I was yesterday. Remember the head changed, the letters changed
It
colors.
was a PV Ultra Plus. I had a 412 cabinet with the head on top that changed colors.
So the
for
head
channel.
changed color, and it was the most awesome thing. You know, that was Trey was like, watch this. Grunge, and it was red, and he was like clean. It was blue
It was green.
or green, whatever.
And what did you do when Trey wasn't there with his amp?
Oh, I played with it and played with it. Tried to sell my soul.
Let me tell you a quick story about that amp. I think pretty sure it was Jonathan had taken out a loan for some cash because we wanted to upgrade our equipment, like his drums, and William was playing bass at the time, so you need a new amp or whatever. Well, I just knew about the drums, and this is the way my memory is. I come into the studio or the house, that's where we practiced at, and would come in, and there's this big drum set up. And then I'm like, wow, that's really cool, really cool. Well, then, and here's William's new rig or whatever. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about dollar signs, and I'm going, I feel like the characters on Wizard of Oz when they said, I hope there's something in that bag for me.
Yeah.
I looked at all this stuff and I said, I'm thinking, because I'm helping pay for this stuff, when we play, like that's money coming out of my pocket to pay that bill. And I said, there better be something for me in here. And then that's when they had rolled out that amp with the head on it, because I had looked at it before, and I think I had a combo version of it or some point. So
So you didn't know you had this amp?
no, they actually got it for me.
That's cool, man. That's real cool.
It is.
That's what good bandmates
It is,
do.
but they did a good
So
job.
Johnny and Tommy cut that check. So that's how that happened.
Huh?
Your dad and
No, my dad. No, they didn't have anything to do with it.
So
This
this
was
is
Jonathan
completely
Williams.
off.
This was it was our Jonathan. I
that
think
was
had
Dicks and the Sticks money.
yeah, which was why I knew I was like, I'm not paying Dicks and the Sticks money for you guys to get new stuff, all this big fancy gear, and I'm still playing my little whatever I had.
That's awesome, though. That's
so
cool.
they had, but I think it was like McFadden Music in Florence, and they had gone in and took out a loan and got all this stuff.
Well, that's awesome of them.
It was awesome of them.
That's cool. Damn. I wonder how many Hobbs and Dicks and the Sticks shows y'all played.
Well, that was back when we were playing every single weekend. That's we played like 48 weeks out of the year.
Limelight.
Everywhere, yeah.
But that's cool, man. But let me get back to me, because you kind of took over my shit.
Did you ever return Jonathan's CDs?
So, quick story. So, one day I get this when Daddy brought William the Camaro. Remember the Camaro?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So William started driving back and forth to school, He'd get home a little earlier than I expected. So I got home early. I did my little thing, climbed in the window, and I done figured out what I wanted to do. I couldn't play the guitar. I couldn't play the bass. Them drums was so fascinating because there was so much stuff and
drums
so much
and
different
drums are
sounds.
so easy to play. So
You make a sound for a long time, you'll figure out what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's so many moving parts, and you're like, okay, I got it now. It'll start making a little beat, and that's how I learned. Nobody taught me anything.
we know.
But so there I was playing, right? And I heard a car door shut, and man, my balls hit the floor. And William parked like right up to the door. And I opened the window and I climbed. He caught me, but I was so fast. I was skinny. In fact, that dude couldn't catch me. That's what pissed him off the most. He couldn't catch me. And I went there to den to mom, and I touch me. Touch me.
You grab her hand and say, home base.
But yeah, but anyway, all my 1991 stuff came from Jonathan Boatwright's collection. Appreciate him for supplying me with those.
I was about to say, I thought you were going to thank him for letting you.
Yeah, but did you ever return?
I did. I got all of them because he started asking questions like, I had this here that he had gaps missing, and you know how the CD cases look, and his was full. Like he needed another CD case, and he had
take
gaps.
Like 6 at a time.
And I brought them. I said, listen, man, they just look so cool. I mean, he's like, oh, that's good. Just bring them back.
Every time he'd get a new CD, he would call us on the phone and be like, hey, man, you got to hear this. And then put the phone on whatever, and I'm sitting there with the phone listening to it, and I'm going, and I'm like, I don't really like that music or whatever it is, whatever it was he was listening to, and I'm going, but I can't tell him to stop because he's not he's got the phone receiver at the stereo, so I'm just sitting there going, I'm just sitting there going,
No.
just waiting.
Well, I remember when y'all did $3 bill, y'all. You remember that? I gotta have faith. You don't remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot the name of the album. Yeah,
that
you're right.
was Limp Bizkit's first album. That was a good album.
George Michael cover.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a damn good subject. Man, I had fun with that. I wish we could have went with that on. I could have talked about
could.
that
We could
subject
talk about that
all
2
night
hours,
long.
I think.
Oh,
We can make a whole show of it.
I wish let's do it. And there I was in Jonathan's bedroom getting his CDs while he laid in bed, seductively snoring. And I snuck out.
Let's
All right.
stop.
I just can't.
That worked out perfect.
All right, it's time to take a break and time to hear from our sponsors. Man, we appreciate them sponsors. They bought us all these cameras and all these bars.
Son of
They bought Trey. Nah, Trey bought all this equipment. We appreciate Trey. Trey has totally transformed this show, and we appreciate him. Every day we appreciate him. We appreciate him right now. Even right now, we appreciate him. Trey, we appreciate you.
Thumbs
Thank
up,
you.
Trey.
Thank you, Trey.
You get a thumbs up, Trey.
That's all right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take
Ladies
a
and
look.
gentlemen, thank you for listening.
I don't know what to say now. Took my thunder.
How about let Trey talk? Don't say anything.
Go ahead, lead us to the break, Trey. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what, it's been a great segment. I'm looking forward to the next segment. You know
Yes.
what? You know who's really looking forward to the next segment? You. Come back. We'll be right back.
Woo!